where Zywoo's fragged. He's got to start posting something, but from where? He's just got a slight gap under the smoke, and it's enough to catch Boomich in transition. Zywoo wants to pull it across the line. 2 frags onto 2 of the best. And now swings out for another. He's possessed. Zywoo won for another ace. Another clutch. It's Perfecto hunting him. No one has been able to knock him on his ass yet, and he's got 6 HP. It didn't stop him before, and it doesn't stop him again. Zywoo!
I smoke Ivy. I smoke Ivy.
Yeah, and
I have Ivy.
Speaking him.
I don't have kit. Pick him, guys. I have Ivy. Stand back, guys. Pick the fuse. Pick the fuse. Stand back. Stand back. Nice. Take off. Default. Off default.
I have it. Sure.
Nice, guys.
Tight series, a tight map, and a tight lifeline for either of these teams. Someone will be going home by the end of the day, only a few hours away, as Vitality field a 7-round T-side on Vertigo. It's certainly not a bad start for the Frenchmen and Danes, with the Israeli mix in his 3rd major. But on the flip side, these debutees, 3 of which are attending their first, and the organizations as well, are here to take blood. They win the half and swap to their T side on what is typically a very comfortable map. We'll see what they've pulled in. For now, Vitality have read this pistol round. 2 set up, 3 in middle. With this boost from Spinks, this could get dirty.
Yeah, the boost is lovely. Double setup for this. Ooh, and even the challenge from Elevator mid, man. It's a bit of a meat grinder, isn't it? They're churned up. They've been able to deal with these 2 players, but still, mid's off limits. And Vitality really want to send that home by pushing in with all remaining 3. Into Miku, into the Glock. He gives it his best go. But narrowly, Vitality are going to get that one. Real nice mid setup ran. And honestly, I'm impressed that it even gets as close as it does.
Yeah, 5 on 5 in mid. 10 players die in this destination, and Zywoo closes it with a dualies. I feel like I haven't seen a CT pistol round this tournament without at least a pair of dual Berettas. They are turning into a mainstay. Recently buffed, at least off of money, made $300, made a valuable investment. And allows you to pull up nades or a kit with it. Always tempting. Nice pistol out of Vitality. And they've not even needed Zywoo to really go crazy. So nice to see him close the 1v1. Deagles and P250's out now for OG. They go for a boost, perhaps? Which one? The wooden side. There's play right behind it. Does Dupree hear a step? If he does, he will spam. There's a headshot angle. He doesn't fall for it. I think Dupree heard a bit of a smush on their head there. 2 MP9 kills to start. Should be a simple round now. Nope. Did he see it? Yeah. Surely.
Yeah, Dupree is getting... Oh, I didn't think he was going to die, I'll be honest. But he did. We all saw it. Still, he's made his money in the round. Got the bag and ran. Dexter. P250. Not long for this world. And so there's the conversion. Relatively clean. Only losing Dupree. And retaking the lead in this one. Vitality on the CT side of their pick in a great spot.
Dupree a Velociraptor right now. Making sure his mouse ball is still underneath. Plug it out, give it a blow, put it back in. All right, ramp control now. It was the starter for OG is what got them in this game by shutting it down. Will Vitality have the same success? Spam goes a long way from the Frenchman, putting 2 players down to half. Magisk in an off angle on middle, but Famas rarely good for more than one. They should be able to trade this unless they line up. Oh, he's fired off. Got to reposition now. Dump the util. Get back to safety. OG know they've at least forced a reaction. They forced players over, and so they will leave. And forever, Vitality will remain paranoid of a mid lurker coming in late. From now, it's back to that ramp side. ZywOo and Apex side by side, ready to fight.
Yeah, ZywOo, one of the 2 big rifles in this round. You kind of need him to put up some numbers here. They try their hand at this early engagement and now decide to concede ramp, giving that up. Looking like they might want to re-aggro in. They've got a flash on Magis to make this happen. No flash needed. Instead, they're going to go in dry. They're going to play contact on this one and set up back at the sandbag. ZywOo, does try helping the man at the helm of Vitality. He was meant to go in and save Apex's life, but instead it might be the red carpet into this side of the map. Spinks and Magis with kills apiece, keeping Vitality in this one.
Wow.
Famas lights them up.
I said rarely good for more than one, Harry. Finds 3. Apex getting the crowd on his side, pleasing the people. And Vitality, a shutdown on their bonus round, an MP9 and Famas to do it. That's going to be some upgrades now. And OG, already the warriometer starting to tick. It's early in the half, but they can't fall. They can't crumble under the pressure here. Nades are ready. They can lob them up top ramp, maybe try and catch ZywOo going for these early peaks again. ZywOo will get out of there before the second one appears. And OG, a tough ask in a round like this. They may have pistol armor, but breaking their way past these rifles, easier said than done.
Yeah, no util either. You know, don't have the flash to try and take the stairs here. Don't have the smoke to block off generators. Don't have Molly to flush out any of these positions. It's one where you're just relying on winning fights and winning them dry. Dupree underhands the, drops the incendiary. Has some support from mid as well as Magis lobs nades over. Vitality are pretty keen, pretty reinforced towards this side of the map right about now.
1 kill can make this unravel. The first kill for OG. If they find it, it can all come crumbling down like a house of cards, like a domino, but not today. Dupree and Spinks rifling it from afar, find 2. There's a nice shot, and Dexter comes in with some helping hands as well. There's a gun to Nexa. Can he find a kill? He can. They've broken through this B stack. The bomb going back. Vitality obsessed with the idea that this is B, and they might still be right. Dexter checks the flank, but he will still recommit to this site. Planting's not going to be easy. Apex can just end this round right now with a nade. ZywOo sees that cross, he calls Apex. Will the nade win it? Oh, he doesn't throw it! No. He switches off, and even though Dexter will die, Nexa set up to clutch this round. He can't. ZywOo, another 1v1 in the CT side, saves it for Vitality. He might be quiet, but he's closing clutches, and that may be all that matters. God damn, Apex. That one is terrifying. The switch off the nade before it's out of his hands, and that round is almost out of his hands as a result. Still only an eco for OG, right? They can try and tell themselves they did a good job. They did. 4 kills, a bomb plant, profitable indeed, but it won't matter unless they capitalize upon it. Dexter was dominating saves on CT side. Can he find these opening picks with his AWP now? Oh, Apex.
All right, Apex. You don't go any further than this, right?
Are you sure?
Oh my God. Oh man. Oh man. Apex, round in the palm of his hands, plays the timing on the smoke push, wasn't ready for player number 3. Flames deals with him, but still, what a way to open. OG, they're just getting set up. And Nexa does have a deep timing of his own, right? A chance at revenge here, throwing them through a bit of a loop. Both the in-game leaders make plays of their own in this round. Hyper-aggressive from Apex and from Nexa.
That's why you love Nexa as well. Like, so many in-game leaders do it, right? Karrigan's obviously one of the first names that comes to mind alongside Apex. Just in-game leaders not afraid to throw themselves into the fray, to play those extremely aggressive entry roles when it's called upon them. And Nexa, what a nice timing. I'm surprised that caught ZywOo off guard. You'd feel like with Apex making that play inside the smoke, that they'd be ready for players past them. But as he goes through, so does Nexa. Ships in the night on the A site. And a lovely double entry to get OG back on the board despite what Apex put up. Orb save here for Vitality, but OG, off the back of that very expensive eco round, they managed to capitalize and managed to do as they should. First T round of this half. Vitality aren't out the woods yet.
Dude, I really thought, like, you really thought that that play from Apex was the moment, was going to be the defining part of the round. Timeout now. Sonic's chance to get involved.
I do like the way that Maui even framed, what Sonic has been saying, and the worries coming from players like Dupree, who, maybe have right to be worried, right to be a little bit nervous, but at the same time are some of the most decorated players and coaches in this entire game in the last 10 years. But even now, Vitality with some fears, with some hesitation, cannot afford to rear its head on a stage, and in a stage like this, in a must-win game. You hope Zonix come through with the goods here. Vitality will need it. Money on the line, more orbs galore, and Dex's pick denied for now.
Fire the ramp could come quickly with Neo Frag trying to play up the short side. He thought he'd found this timing. Instead, gives away the opener. Spinks a chance for the upgrade now as well. Smoke start to fade. Vision regained over towards ramp, and OG are keen to move in.
ZywOo's still here is nice. This is a perfect position for an AWP, although Molotovs can seriously disrupt his round. However, only one is left for Dexter. It will go through. ZywOo's going to smoke that out, maybe even concede the site. It's Magisk on top, who can try and fight for the plant. He's won his 5-on-3. This has gone swimmingly for Vitality. ZywOo hits his shot as a flash fades. Magisk will fall, but ZywOo is not going down. Not today, maybe not ever. 3 kills, locked and loaded. Vitality stand tall.
Damn, ZywOo hits him with a little spin. Puts a bit of style on it. You can't not like that. Man, they got some bars.
Yeah. Been tapping my feet all damn tournament, Harry. Dude, these are so quick for ZywOo.
So now it starts to beg the question. Like, ZywOo's been,
dormant.
Exactly.
In hibernation.
Exactly. Like, not even present, really. And now, if we start to get some mileage out of him, now that he's donning this CT orb, right? We mentioned T-side. He didn't really even see him with it a lot. I think in terms of head-to-heads, Dexter is arguably the better orb there anyway. And it just felt like it was one of these kind of famed ZywOos. He's a little bit slow out of the gate. But here we are, starting to get back into it now. Better side for him. And if he switches on, Vitality can look to run away with this.
And now we look to Nexa as well, right? Because we had that same situation that Vitality went through in the first half. Inability to break through this A-hole, the site or the ramp, wherever it may be. Vitality have managed to do the same. They've held on to it. OG now need to dig deeper, find something new. They're going to look to the B stairs. Dupree, this time alone as well. unguarded, undefended, drops a molly and completely evaporates from the site. OG allowed to take space as Vitality set up for what is expected to be a 5-on-5 retake round. Maybe nades can come in. dupreeh just diving out as the molly lands at his feet. Lots of spam, but nothing significant. OG finally plant off the back of that flash as well. It's not even heard. Vitality can't see nor hear a thing. And Fiku's activation in mid denied by Spinks, who was doing it all T-side long.
Yeah, that's such a cool clash for that reason. Spinks knows about these mid lurks. He knows the impact they can carry. And so he's flushed Fiku out. Now a 5v4. Everything goes quiet, but only for a moment. Silence will be broken here as the flashes go in. And well, NeoFrag with the spray has lit up Vitality. ZywOo and Spinks, they thought that they were in with a chance here. They're going to have to reclaim it. Dexter tucked in and Spinks just spammed him out. Never even saw him.
No idea. No info. Just process of elimination. And now OG have to process that information as they've lost a perfect round of 5-on-5 post-pod set up inside of B with that epic spray for NeoFrag. And then this, off the back of killing Fiku in mid, who wasn't exactly aggressive. He wasn't hunting those kills. He was taking his sweet time in a post plant and still gets hounded down to allow for the flank. What a save from Spinks after a nice try from Neo. But the frags come up Vitality 13-9. They've done it on both sides. They've won the mid fight. And now ZywOo's even AWPing deep down ramp, looking for legs underneath the smoke. Apex, so many similar tendencies in these CT sides out of NeoFrag as well. They've been clashing a lot. He will get flashed off this time. He will get flashed off this time. Gonna have to retreat, but damage, spam, nades, they've done a bit. Is both blind and Magisk will die, but dupreeh trades.
They do know where dupreeh is now. This smoke is nice to give him a crossing, but Nexa won't allow it. Nexa won't allow that.
TikTok.
OT toying with the idea of going back. Eventually they're going to have to make up their mind. And it might just be the recommit in towards B here. Now, if enough time passes, if enough time elapses, maybe Spinks up and leaves altogether. Apex in at Tetris.
They've mollied this.
They've got no clue. They didn't know about it, and yet still Dexter's dealt with him. Fiku in with another opener, and ZywOo very, very far removed from this round. Might just have to run for the hills.
How the hell did OG win that? I mean, the recommit right back into a re-entered site for Vitality. They pushed two players back in after losing their first two in the first place. And in a position that's just been cleared by Molotovs as well. Apex, he felt like that he had that round in the palm of his hand, but Dexter hits a banger and two dinks from Vitality. Those A1Ss let them down. 10 rounds now for OG.
That was shockingly close.
And you know that if he's shooting it, it's probably away. You can probably go right through that.
Oh yeah, you can't wallbang that.
Oh dear.
Well, it goes into, main.
Yeah, well, yeah. We have the X-ray. Maybe ZywOo does too, but no one else. Not today, however. This is still so close. I mean, no one's broken the money in this half. You've got to keep that in mind. Ever since, Vitality won the first rifle round, put OG on pistols, that got very close. Vitality's money has been teetering on the edge, ready to break, but not quite ready to surrender. More nades. NeoFrag has been getting beaten up by them, but we need his entry power once again. It can't just be Nexa at the front of the pack. NeoFrag will survive to the top ramp. And actually, for a change now, Vitality are playing a retake round. ZywOo, once again, recommitting. He is the only player ahead of these smokes. Over a minute on the clock. They burst their way through. Flashed off again. ZywOo in the flames. Got to set OG alight right now. Caught with nades. He can't do it. They'll make it their way in. Apex going to jump over the top. Could he deny the party? Got stuck in the smoke. Blinded, lost, dazed, confused. And OG take a 4-on-3.
That's unbelievable. And that might be the kill. That might be the defining point of the round. Yeah. That attempt at the push from Apex that's fumbled on the jump up.
He jumps too early and he hits the metal, and that spot specifically makes so much noise when you land on it. Just an easy kill for Fiku, knew exactly where to spray. That's a rough one as well. And they seemed undecided, right? When ZywOo's played ahead of those smokes before, he's had at least a player to set him up. Remember Magisk on top of the default boxes, at least going 1-for-1. Then ZywOo has a bit more room. But they just insta-trade him and he can't make his mind up. He pulls a smoke to smoke a molly that's already faded. And then he gets caught with no gun out. Give him a gun. Primary on his hand, he probably at least takes 2, and then maybe Vitality consider that round. But ZywOo getting a little bit flustered.
I gotta say, I like the call from Nexa though, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's kind of insane how much room they're given at ramp, but the moment that's recognized that they've kind of got all this space, the play was immediate. They go like crouching up ramp as well. They use those boosts a lot on their CT side. They're very cognizant of the angles that are given to you from them, and all that crouching was all just to stay under the watchful eyes of any boosts that could have been thrown in.
Vitality smoke for deep ramp fell off the map, well caught by MC. They just threw it. It didn't even hit the pillar. It went flying. So, yeah, more and more problems rearing their head. That's a gun in middle. Fiku cannot abandon this position. He has to make sure they don't pick up an AWP. This is an eco round with only a few bits and bobs. And Fiku spraying away, saves the day for 2, but still Spinks will equalize. And they may as well push all their players, all their pieces here to get that AWP. But ZywOo is so far away. Are they going to be able to get it out for him? Abandoning their positions in middle, but I don't think ZywOo's going to get this AWP.
They could try shoot it over. There's another gun in mid. Yeah, they're going to shoot the gun. Oh my god, they've shot the AWP to ZywOo.
Dangerous.
He crosses over as well to make life a little bit easier. Now armed with the AWP, rifles retrieved for everyone else. However, the 2 players here are both cut down. Spinks, you might be wondering, why is he all the way back in mid? Had to go back and grab the AK, didn't he?
Yeah, and as you said last round, right, when Nexus just gung-ho decision-making, he does it again. Once Fiku doubles up in middle, sees a third as well, you know exactly what's going on. Vitality are low money, they want the weapons, we have room, and OG take it instantly. They don't doubt themselves in this calling. Very decisive for Nexa. And again, an A site taken with ease. Almost no defense. 12 rounds to 13. This is Vitality's map pick. Big kill on the exit as well. And they should be able to save the AWP if they want it. This could be a sneaky steal from OG. And as we said, coming into this game, sure, Vitality's numbers are great on Vertigo. Sure, they like this map. They've got a lot of maps played on it, but they don't pick it. They haven't picked it in 3 months. And off the back of a great T side, it's not like they even came in too cold. Yeah, the 0-5 start, but they recovered it very well. And they've even called their final timeout. We're not even at the end of the game, Harry. We're not into that possible overtime that these stage matches so often give us, where everyone's fighting for it. Gotta say, you gotta be getting a little bit worried for Vitality in these last few rounds. 3 in a row now for OG, building in. They don't take the AWP, but they have the option. Leaning back into the rifles at OG, screaming pace.
I mean, I think that's been the determining factor of these last 2 rounds, hasn't it? That ability where if you are given the room, if you are given the opportunity, you want to just be able to hold W and capitalize there and then with no second thought about it. The AWP slows you down too much. They'll just keep the rifles out for now.
This boost hasn't been good though, if Flames goes back for it. Vitality won that the bulk of the time. Whoa, Neo frag the Apex. A scary 1v1. a scary head-to-head that it feels like Apex has got the better of in this half at least. And these nades, again, thrown over the box, has battered and bruised too.
This is nice. I like the Vitality are even fighting for ramp more. I think in these last few rounds, you know, you've had like the missed ramp smoke. You've had the one where they kind of just conceded ramp control altogether and actually gave way too much room to OG. And it's clear that they know they can't afford to make these mistakes again. So it's a lot more proactive over towards ramp. And now, because they have the info that ramp is locked off, that it's clear, it does kind of free up a second man to help out over towards B.
Oh,
sure,
no.
Dupree's just leaving.
They've realized
he's going to be here in time. 2 players strong. Spinks in at Tetris, makes contact first. Oh, that's a TK out of Fiku while he's flying. Dupree walks to his death. Flames teed up with a double. And a 3 versus 3 for control of this B-bomb site. ZywOo trying his best to hold on, but he's getting wrapped through middle. They're up through Tetris. Suddenly he's all alone. 1v2 and cut down is ZywOo. OG are back in this thing.
It felt like he had it. There were 15 seconds on the clock. Neofrag is so low, and ZywOo knows exactly what's going on, but that swing saves the day for OG after a very messy execute. But Vitality, again, pull out of the bomb site at the last second to stack A. They realize, sure. But then there's only one anchor player. He goes 1 for 1, and the re-aggro lets them down. OG get deep into the bomb site. 13-all, money broken. A streak of rounds now for OG. And this is getting a little bit too hot to handle. Oh my god, Apex! ZywOo helps out as well. But the bulk of the damage from the captain, and even Smoke to go further. He wants to pick up that gun. Turns back, Nexa doesn't even see it coming, doesn't hear it either, but still responsive kills come out for OG on this default. Flames get to B, pick off of a push. Vitality jump the gun. A 5-on-3 may be nice, but they don't hold on to it for long. Magisk has to be the hero. Not only the top performer of the players still standing for Vitality, but the only one armed and deadly for now. The other 2 won't find weapons. They are stuck in, committed to this B site as OG rain down fire upon it.
Yeah, you're going to see all this util coming over. You've got a couple of seconds to make your choice. Ooh, what do you want to do? ZywOo taking a head off, but traded after the first. Dupree misses that one opportunity and now might just have to wait for Magis to move on over. The 2 Danes left up for this retake. Bomb plant coming in. OG, they've lost Fiku, and so Dexter having to do the heavy lifting. Cut down by Dupree's Deagle.
Eco win for Vitality. Fiku's not ready for 2 there. He wants us wide swing the Deagle. It's a good play if there's only 1 player left up, but Magisk comes in with the AK and absolutely bails them out after some beautiful shooting from ZywOo. That's a robbery of a round for Vitality. And OG have got to be kicking themselves, especially with how many entries Dexter's even getting now. Neofrag has gone a bit cold. He is getting destroyed by utility on A ramp. But Dexter, someone else we've even talked about when he's not had this orb, his rifling capabilities have been maxed out in some of these previous games already. You have so much opening power for OG, but it might be Vitality to close the first map.
Mid-control attempted here for OG. Fiku and Nexa both making noise over in this side of the map. Bit of an exchange over towards ramp, but nothing of note yet. This is just the smoke spam going down. OG really not been uncommon for them to kind of set the precedent of a red herring early on. Mid, that's where it was attempted, but Dupree taking some space at B is shut out. Flames was not supposed to win that fight.
No.
And now in a 5v4, OG, they can pump the brakes all over again. They were going slow a moment ago. They've been fed now. They've been rewarded for all this patience. It's now they're going to see do good things, keep coming to those who wait.
Oh, that's everything. Apex sees 3 players running his way. Vitality, almost no util to stop this play. A smoke on short, 1 more on Spinks, a long way out. But now already OG are throwing in that execute. They're faking. They're running back. They don't even have B stairs control. If they really want to go back to B, this is going to take every single second of the clock, and Spinks can shut it off right now. He's not going to use his nades, tucked in close, and they will eliminate him. A sick entry from Fiku, seconds to spare. Magist with a lineup. Apex is already here, and those footsteps heard. Those footsteps shut down. OG need the plant. Dexter, will he fake? He's gone for it. ZywOo out, committed. Dexter chases! And ZywOo faces. 14 all. OG keep holding on. How the hell do they win that? There was everyone there. That is a ballsy rotation. In fact, maybe a bit too mad. But they still win it.
To hit him with the fake tap, 4 seconds left.
Yeah.
2 seconds the difference on winning or losing that round.
And the money, we've talked about it on this CT side, Vitality barely been broken. The first time they get onto Eco, they win it, and now they've been pushed to pistols yet again, but Apex has been a hound. Riff-raffing down ramp every single chance he gets, but he dropped his gun, Apex. He's dropped his gun. Apex, where is his gun? It's all the way down there.
MLS is here somewhere. There it is. He's been able to grab it. Off ramp. ZywOo spam, but Apex is out for revenge.
Give Vitality some pennies and they'll give out the pound, mate. These pistols, these ecos, so profitable. Nexus almost catches him off with a quick switch, but the trade is good. Viku's still here. They need this B kill, or this round is dead in the water, and Flame sets fire to it. Oiled up, quick and slick into the site. And a 2-on-2 now.
Bomb's still a ways away. 5 seconds as it arrives up the stairs. Card info that Vitality are privy to. Rotates have been called for. Util going in. ZywOo trying to set up Spinks with this flash. Better be a damn good one as he drops into the site. Can't win that initial engagement, but ZywOo will. 1v1. Fiku to beat. This is for map point. ZywOo dancing around, but Fiku's playing with him, toying with him, trying to get away, and then going back in for a little bit more. That's 15. OG on Vitality's map pick have turned this one around and are now just one away from taking it right at the final hurdle.
You cannot take it away from them. I mean, the amount of 3v5s that OG have flipped on its head and already turned over in this T side has been unbelievable. And the young gun, the youngest player on OG, the least experienced on the stage, his first major, defeats ZywOo in an even odds 1v1 to find map point. That is so impressive. We've seen Fiku crumble in some of these games so far, but this is not one of them. There is no weak link right now for OG. And there is no time like the present to steal your opponent's pick in an elimination game to go to the Legends stage. Will Legends be dethroned today? Are there new kings to crown? No warps, but this has not been a game of AWPs. Rifle superiority for OG. No kit. Even limited util for the Frenchman as well. Flames working his way up. That flash might even hit Spinks. If it does, it will give an audio cue. They don't check it. Dupree's got that entry. Nexus spams the wood, and Spinks gets a taste of his own medicine. Dupree dished out a prescription. Magist drops the bomb, lines up a double kill, and we're back into another 2-on-2 for all the marbles.
Either this gets run back in extra time or OG run away with it. ZywOo and Apex, they're the ones on for this retake. Dexter, the man to beat. First kill found. And a 1v1 now. Clash of the Titans. ZywOo versus Dexter. All or nothing for Vitality. OT are quickly forgotten about Dexter. Not a man to crumble under pressure. Not a man knowing to feel it. Starting to get stuck in. He knows. Yeah, tries seeking his fortune, gets all this info, knows that no one's close, and so this is starting to really narrow it down. He's painting a very clear picture of where ZywOo is, but that doesn't make it any easier. ZywOo with the kill. Overtime locked in. Vitality will not give up this easy.
Okay, gentlemen, bring your hands up towards your chest. Vanquish the negative. And breathe in the positive. You're reaching a place of total control. Nothing can break your new-found peace.
Okay, guys, first day of bootcamp. Remember to stay calm and keep focus. Everything will be okay.
Let's go, baby. Sorry, boys. Total accident.
You're reaching a place of total control. Nothing can...
One HP. Window nice. I look at AC, left side. Window. Window last. 1v1. Nice, Abdul. Let's go. I am my bad.
A team featuring some of the world's best players might give us back-to-back major disappointments if Vitality can't keep this comeback going and close it here on their map pick. This is the first of a potential 3, and I think we've got the full distance here. OG on the other side, newbies to the stage, newbies to the major, and they're making magic happen.
Yeah, debut for the organization. 9 major appearances between the members of OG. 50 major appearances between the folks on Vitality.
Incomparable.
Night and day difference, but here in the server, we're in the Twilight Zone. Viku with the opener. Spinks knocked out of the round. An early 5v4, and Viku even wanted to try take it further. Apex will. Dodge giving that kill over in mid. And so for now, Vitality, they were content with playing out the 4v5. Dupree's made it that much easier.
Yeah, huge kill for Dupree. Whenever he's gotten a kill at this B site, he's often just been straight up traded. And you know, this is a guy that, if he can come alive in overtime, a place he's been many times before in many majors gone by, that could be the power piece to save Vitality. But Nexa rids him of the round. Massive opener. And again, no rush for OG, who pummel utility into B, forcing everything Vitality have to throw back. But if there's one thing we've seen from this T side from OG is their willingness to rotate, even when time isn't on their side. This time it is. 50 seconds as they set themselves up over on A ramp. Magisk is going to be jump spotting. This nade could do something. This nade could end Nex's round. This could equalize everything. Magisk flashed off, throws it in, takes some damage as OG approach the site.
Here's the footsteps now. You know you're going to have this smoke wall to contest with, so now's the time to try to decide. Do you want to get ahead of this? Do you want to try and play ahead of it? Mad is blind. Mad is blind! We're still delivering! Oh, man! Brutalizes OG! He can't see a thing, and that doesn't stop him! Crazy! And right when Vitality needed it.
What a save. What a huge save. Full blind, 3K through the smoke at the start, and Magisk is getting hyped as well. That might have just put the juice in Vitality. Dupree certainly seems to feel so. He's pushed all the way through, and he's even found that pick over the top of the smoke. Next is gone. The 1v1 falls the way of Vitality, but mid does not. Look at Fiku's spacing. He has gone all the way through, wrapped back through CT spawn, and picks ZywOo yet again. It got him 15 first. This exact fight, Fiku goes one step further into the site. Magisk will respond. No one even there to trade. Maybe a bit jumpy for Fiku, maybe a bit too soon. His team were not set up, and there will be no mid-lurk either. Dexter, no off, he's on the Krieg instead, and Magisk will put him to bed. 3-on-2. Even if Dupree's having a bit of a cold start, and Magisk has showed up, especially in overtime. Back-to-back multi-kill rounds. The molly pushes him to 9 health from full, and Neofrag wants to finish the job. He will.
Huge scalp to find.
But look at the flank.
Dupree, will he be able to avenge his Danish brethren? It feels like he's missed the timing on this initial look up the ramp side.
And they've missed the smoke.
It's a little awkward here, but they will move in, looking to get this bomb planted. Spinks waiting back in the elevator, and Dupree given a lot of room on this flank now, given a lot of chance to make something happen here. Oh dear, Dupree just about gets that one. Now Neofrag, last guy left to beat, swings him and beats him in the head-to-head. Spinks v Neofrag. Spinks doesn't waste time getting to work. Wins the 1v1 and takes yet another round for Vitality. Once we've hit OT, they've really come alive.
What a save as well from the Danes, right? 4 kills from the 2 of them. Astralis at the major in spirit at least. As Vitality fight tooth and nail for a clean CT side on overtime. That would be huge, especially considering their T-halves in regulation. 7 rounds for both teams on T-side Vertigo. Certainly nothing to turn your nose up at. Vitality already out of timeouts. OG will use one of theirs. So Zonic, first time he's talked since 13-14. 13-12, I think even. Can they find all 3? The clean sweep for Vitality is the goal on their map pick. In a series that certainly could be split the difference. Both teams could absolutely win their opponent's choices in this map.
Yeah, in fact, I'm pretty sure that was kind of the conclusion that our analysts came to. That was the way they thought this was going to go down.
So does that poise Vitality for a 2-0 if they were to take theirs? Certainly an option. Certainly the expectation. Rushing up the ramp. Nexa, front of the pack, but Magisk, a very aggressive short angle. No one's even covering. No one's watching, and no one's stopping the success. Again, a multi-kill for Magisk. His second 3K, but there's more to do.
He's got it. ZywOo, back turned. Does he want to go back in? Does.
Yeah.
He wants to, of course he does.
Any more?
There's a gap in this smoke, Flames. This is a brutal angle, man. I don't think you're going to win that one, so might have to go back, might have to look elsewhere, and into the firing line. Dupree edges out another. A flawless CT half there for Vitality in overtime, and you've got to say, you've got to give him props. Magisk is such a huge part of it. 8 kills in OT.
We're not done yet. The old trope, experience reigns true once we hit overtime, especially in a stage environment like this, and that much is certainly rearing its head again for Vitality. 3 CT rounds, and now Magisk, who played passive B in so many of his T starters, has come in with aggression, taken the bottom of the stairs, looking for his 30th kill. No better time like the present. A gift from Magisk, a poison chalice, a pick perhaps. Fiku pushed forward by the flames and he at least gets a kill, but Dupree will still trade. 4-on-4, and ZywOo this whole time is hunting for Apex. Now they know the AWP's in play. They won't give him a second chance. No satisfaction for the sniper. He's got to reroute back to B, get that bomb in tow. And this boost up for Dupree is everything. Doesn't waver, full flashed, doesn't fire a shot, knows his position is very valuable right now. Back B side smoke. Spinks might even mid-lurk if they get a plant.
Oh, Dupree. Dupree, will he check for this? Will he check for this? Oh, he doesn't know about it! My goodness, the flick! All the way across the screen! And now Vitality poised to run away with this one. Flames and NeoFrag, 2 versus 3.
They go
as
through.
this bomb's going down. ZywOo dropped, plant denied. There's a mid-lurk on the cards for Spinks, and that's going to have to save the day. But they've turned, they've dealt with it. NeoFrag, perfect timing, and so little time left in that round. OG, somehow, some way, able to right those wrongs.
Yeah, it's not Magisk to break 31st, it's NeoFrag instead. Was a huge part of CT side and regulation, not really on the B side, but on shutting down these A-ramp attacks. And I love that swing from him and Flames, going through the smoke, pushing forward to finish the job. With 10 seconds, they take matters into their own hands. And OG survived yet another round. Orbs back. Dexter hunts. Oh, he saw ZywOo's feet there, but do you really want to tangle with the best? Do you really want to swing into the scope? Under the smoke, Dexter waits, but that deep ramp util for Vitality will give them a pocket, a bubble to breathe in. They won't take it. A very hesitant round. Spinks on a seriously passive off angle. But at the same time, what this is doing is allowing him to set up a Molotov to burn out Dexter on short. That's the goal. It will go through the windows above Dexter here and push him all the way back. First, Vitality need to establish some control at the ramp. Magisk has burned his util on B, but still OG's curiosity is there. They pushed up. They've actually cleared the B stairs right now. This might set them up for a flank later. Dexter mollied into the same position. Can't move yet. It's going to give Vitality this room. We have not seen flanks off this B site often, but Fiku trying to make the play to save OG as Vitality set up on this site.
Apex up front, Dexter already and raring to go, and now this ramp flank does arrive. Fiku doing them dirty. ZywOo, everything he can is not enough. And NeoFrag helps take that one over the line. 1 away from another overtime.
Shocking after how good the T sides were that these 2 CT sweeps might just come through for both rosters. Beautiful shooting from Dexter. I thought we were going to see the deeper Molotov that burns him out from that position. Vitality, they just want to control a short. He'll give it to them and then he'll take it away swiftly. The sniper. 34 kills on NeoFrag as well, cannot be overstated. And back to what worked for so long in regulation, gave OG this 5-0 lead. NeoFrag, short aggression, Flames piling flashes over the top for him. Eventually, Vitality will swing this together. The Orb's actually not even in this round for Dexter either. Relegated to a rifle, has util to stop the plant later in the round. They're going to get a bit aggressive. OG need to make up their mind right now. They're stuck in tandem in the middle of the site. Give it up or go for it. They will choose the latter. Up on short. Here to batter Apex. Pistol in hand. And a quick tech tap. Dead after one. Flames overwhelmed on the sidelines. We need those nades to stop a plant or Vitality will run over the finish line.
Didn't have the funds, couldn't get the guns, but now the plant presents itself and you're a man up in the 4v3. Vitality know this is the best chance, maybe the best chance they could ever have to close out this map. 4v3 and Dupree knocked out of the round, flank held by Spinks, at least keeps Vitality looking pretty. They're playing around the bomb. Everyone's waiting for this tap, everyone's waiting for the attempt at the defuse. Bit of a challenge, Dexter. Up and over, Zaiwu swings him. They're playing this in tandem, and that's more like it, Vitality. It takes them a while there in the second half of overtime, but finally they cook it up. They didn't have the firepower, and yet still, they come in swinging. They pick up Vertigo, and now we go to Inferno.
Too short.
One low.
As a small, maybe short.
Yeah.
Should be.
He's maybe low. Short. Out short. He's going ramp.
You don't have kit.
You don't have kit. He's rushing. Close mini. Yeah!
Nice, guys.
So this is AI Identity with Vitality. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So basically, have you seen some of this like AI generated art that's been on the internet recently? It's super interesting. Like you can literally just pump in Danish Counter-Strike player best in the world at pit and it would show a picture of you, you know, and it generates it. So let's start. We're going to basically create some original art. So let's try and choose like an art style first. Like for photography, it could be like steampunk, anime, or, you know, what's the style that we want to feed the machine?
I honestly, art and me, I mean, it's...
You and art not best friends? Yes.
I have never watched the picture.
No?
Nah.
I'll take you to there's a nice museum here. We'll go if you've got a day off.
Yeah, but I don't like it.
I'd rather be on the server.
Okay, let's go with oil painting.
Oil painting. Beautiful. Yeah. Okay. So
it's classic, no?
Yeah, it does sound nice. Yeah. So like what's the main focus? It could be, you know, an object.
I mean, the obvious would be Counter-Strike, no?
Yeah.
That may be also a bit boring, I don't know.
What about an animal? What's your favorite animal, Lieutenant?
Dogs, I guess.
Dogs? Or you could do like a pit bull. Pit bull's a great big scary dog. I like those.
Yeah.
Framing and lighting. So this is like what mood? Dark, wouldn't it? Like
Yeah.
if we've got like an angry pit bull.
Okay. Yeah, let's go with that. Dark mood.
Well, okay, I'm not going to say anything.
I like this one.
You like it? Okay, thank God.
I think it'd be good.
Where does our scene that we've created take place? Like, what's the dog doing? Is he outdoors? Is he having a pee?
Should be in Rio.
Okay. An oil painting of a pit bull in Rio de Janeiro. I'm interested. Yeah, I'm interested.
Yeah.
Well, Vitality, right? You little bumblebee. Can you see if they can throw a bumblebee in there? Catching a bumblebee. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah, just to give that Vitality twist. Whoa.
Okay.
Hey.
The third one on the right now.
It's like the Brazilian flag in the background.
Yeah,
that's actually good.
He should be eating it though.
Yeah, he's gonna have a really bad time.
That's gonna be we are the Bumblebee, and if we win against the Imperial tomorrow, there is the people going after us. We have.
And you said you don't like art. Now you're interpreting art. You look at this.
Yes.
You see, it's evoking emotion in you.
Yeah, maybe.
Art is beautiful. Magis just realized it today, and that's the end of AI Identity. Thank you so much, boys.
the sweat from your brow because that one got close. A topsy-turvy pick from the side of Vitality almost fell into disarray, but those extra innings key for them to be closing it out. Matthew, clearly the nerves, the pressure was getting to Vitality, but ultimately 19-17 in their favor.
Look, you can count the amount of major winners there are on the side of Vitality, but the truth is at the end of the day, we're all humans and we all feel the pressure and the nerves. And this game was an amazing example, for the good or the bad, depending if you're a Vitality fan, of some rounds being literally thrown away because of that high pressure. I've seen so many questionable decisions. Good for Vitality, they stabilized, but man, that wasn't pretty.
If it weren't for Apex just calling overall great strategies, this would have gotten away from Vitality. And you could see the pressure getting to people like Dupree, even though he's the fact he's been to every major. He was making some uncharacteristic mistakes at the end of that one. And it really was a team effort for Vitality to end up closing this.
It really goes to show how much pressure you can be experiencing at a major as well. I feel like when we were looking at Vitality coming into this, there were kind of points where there were different individuals powering up. Magisk, a key one to be closing this one out in overtime.
Well, obviously, I don't want to take anything away from Apex, and we're going to touch on the tactical side of things, but yes, it is true. I think Magisk was the rock in the storm. Magisk was the one solid value that Apex could rely on. He had a multiple of key moments. We have some of these highlights right here. For example, triple kill beautifully made in overtime. He was the one that powered up Vitality, helped them go through these very turbulent times, I'd say, and Vitality, they owe him a big one for this map.
Right, because you had a couple of players on the side of Vitality that took a while to power up in this game. It was not... ZywOo by the end, by the end, ZywOo ended up with 24 kills, but I think he had 6 for the first maybe 17 rounds. He was so slow to get into this one, and so it took him a while to power up. But yeah, Magisk, without him, we would have never even been able to see and witness the ZywOo power up.
Yeah, ZywOo definitely wiping some sleepy dust out of his eyes coming into this one. But as you rightly said, Maniac, we really do have to give huge props to Apex, not only for really fragging hard during the first portions of that map, but making some key adjustments, Mario Snake.
Yes, so what we're looking at right now is round number 7, and this is after Vitality got off to a pretty poor start where they were fighting a lot towards A ramp, wasn't going their way. Neofrag just a little bit too strong for them, but a nice change-up. This was a mid-play that was crunching onto the A site, but you could see that actually Apex goes 1 for 1, but Spinks lies in wait. This shows the value of this lurky player and how he was able to actually find another kill that actually helped out this pinch onto A, which netted Vitality one of their first rounds on T.
I think overall Apex called a very strong round of Counter-Strike, a very strong game of Counter-Strike, I should say, and just as much as in some of the Vitality's defeats, people were pointing the fingers towards him, would it be tactically or even individually, he answered on both counts on this Vertigo. It was a very clairvoyant, very lucid, and very interesting, diverse T side he called. I think on the CT side, he was on the money more often than not. He was the one gaining advantage for Vitality. He was going down the ramp, he was getting the fights, he was going through his old antics, and if anything, for once, his team let him down. We're used to the reverse scenario. We're used to seeing Apex give away a few kills and maybe allowing the opponents to come back in. And here, I think his soldiers kind of disappointed him, and that's why we ended up in that situation.
Yeah, no, it's a really good point, and hopefully we'll be seeing more of that going forward. Speaking of going forward, though, of course, we do have the second map coming up. That is Inferno, OG's pick, but we've got Vitality to put under the microscope on this particular map with Anders.
Yeah, I wanted to give you guys at home a little bit of a chance to look forward to something and somebody to maybe remember when the match actually plays out. So I'm just going to be going through a round that Vitality played against Greyhound not that long ago. And this is kind of a do more with less kind of round. They actually have plenty of stuff to work with. And you see them right here. If we just pause it for a second, this is something that a lot of teams will do now. They do this silent boost up into the apartments over on the A-bomb site. And then that means Liaz and Alistair that are over here, they don't have anything to react to. They're just going to get shut down really quickly. So this is a nice start to the round. No flashes thrown, no nothing. Eventually, they're going to smoke on the other side of it. But following that up, it gets even better. They still have plenty of nades on the T side. They could have thrown them. Classic way to do this kind of execute is you try and maybe smoke the cart, you try and Molotov this position really early on. Maybe you throw a Molotov or smoke here just so that you can swing wide into the bomb site. But they actually do none of that. Instead, Spinks is just going to be walking out, No flashes, no nothing. Guns out, ready to fight if anything happens. And finally, when they throw this Molotov into the pit onto INS, it's so late. They've just got no shot. There's no warning. They don't know when to look. I think that's a great example. That's on the T side. Now, on the CT side, I've just got a hypercut, and this is just to show how mobile ZywOo is on this map. He is everywhere with this AWP, and that is one of the things that makes it so hard to play against when you're up against Vitality on this map, because it's one thing if you know he's always defaulting to the arch side, that's his normal position. You could smoke him, you could flash him, you could Molotov him out of this position, but he is absolutely everywhere. So that's really worth thinking about when you get into it. Try and write it down every time you see him not in arch. He is absolutely mobile on this one. So check that out at home. What do you think about that on the desk? Just a lot of Vitality running around here.
Yeah, a Vitality kind of full of life with that one as well. And it kind of perfectly echoes the point in those two moments Anders picked up, that we do see a lot of different, diverse looks from Vitality. And potentially, is that going to be punishing OG coming into this one?
Yeah, I think Vitality did what they had to on Vertigo. They weathered the storm. We have a good example from Anders here talking about ZywOo. Hell, he might have been the missing piece of the beginning of Vertigo, and that is as rare as a statement as it gets. He wasn't there. He didn't do what he had to at the very beginning of the game, but he owed his teammate a good one because they powered up. They allowed him to come back into this game, and I tweeted, I just don't think that ZywOo is going to miss the mark twice. I think he had his moment. He warmed up a little bit late into the game. Now we move on to Inferno. It's his field on CT side. I think he's going to be lights out. It's clap back.
Yeah, and I think what Anders was able to demonstrate there really well is that Vitality play one of these styles of Inferno that it's very hard to play keep up. If you're OG and you throw this standard game out, which they actually frequently do, then Vitality are going to be one step ahead, and that's exactly